Good afternoon, students. Today we will be seeing our last topic in the fourth unit is cultural diversity, or how you will be managing cultural diversity in the organization and elements of culture. We will be seeing these areas and all. Mostly, why this topic is included because of lots of software industries are having different culture set of people are working in one particular place. So it only this topic was introduced before 8 to 9 years before. Prior to that, it was not there actually. After the year 2002 or 3, many companies started up in all over the places in India. So different sets of people were working in that areas. So companies were really finding a difficult task actually to cope up with the cultural diversity in the workplace. So that topic we will be seeing today, where it will be interesting for you also when you go for a workplace and all. So how we are going to manage cultural diversity? It means having a variety or melange of human societies or cultures in a specific region or in this context in a workplace. So it means actually cultural diversity means having a variety or different set of human societies or different set of cultures in a specific region in the workplace. Everything will be talking place only in workplace because a student life is totally different from workplace and all. So workplace it will be where you will be meeting different set of people from various regions of India and sometimes even internationally people and all will be working with you. Different country people and all will be working with you. So how you are going to manage that culture? And each culture behaves in a significant way or in a way that denotes or identifies its presence. So each culture no, will be defining its own identification while somebody else is coming or somebody else is speaking no, from the way they speak, the slang. So they'll be asking whether you are from this particular location. So that and all identification will be there if that person is there in that particular situation. And all cultures have slightly different ways of operating from ways of eating and drinking to ideas on meeting protocol and how to shake a colleague's hand. Everything will be totally different actually. That if it is actually uh, regular classes, no, physical classrooms, if it is there, I can teach you how you should shake your hands and all. So even the way you eat and drinking. So in the meeting of protocol, there is actually for everything there is norms actually. But we people, as soon as we enter in the organization, no, we people will never know about that. So they will be when you are entering for the first time, it will be difficult to adopt to that particular environment, and they should know how to deal with the diversity. The employees is the key to a happy and cohesive workforce. So you should know how to deal with the different cultural diversity. Then only you can have a very good work environment and workforce means employees actually very good cohesive workplace, very good environment you'll be having if you're not if you're having a very good cultural setup in the organization. And also developing cultural competence results in an ability to understand, communicate, and effectively interact with people across different cultures, work with varying cultural beliefs and schedules. So you can easily have an effective interaction with people with different cultures across globe. Why tell about only in India? Across globe, you'll be having an effectively interaction. and work with varying cultural beliefs and schedules. You'll be working with various cultures, beliefs, and schedules and all. So it will be enjoying in the workplace. So what is the reasons for managing cultural diversity? No? So if you want to have successful in international market, so you should have to manage this key to build international business success. Just now I was talking about across globe. So you can build an international business success. Then you can build international competencies if you're having a very good work culture areas, no? So you can easily build up international competencies and all. Then you can recognize differences among people. So you will be enjoying the differences and all. And you can also, if you're having this cultural why you are going to manage, because you can avoid cultural conflicts. Mostly it will happen, but how to avoid that? You should keep on do something, some activities related to managing cultural diversities. Then you should acquire the best talents, irrespective of their cultural backgrounds. That is the main thing. So you should acquire only the best talent so that you can get effective performance can be done if you're having a managing cultural diversities. And then the next topic will be seeing what is the role of human resource in managing diversity, cultural diversity. So the HR should have, you should give proper training how to adopt to the work culture, then executive level commitment. So what is the commitments you should do when you are entering for any executive council meetings or all? Then you should put up a diversity council. It should not be only from one particular area of people. No, it should be full of diversity council should be totally there. Totally, it will be different set of people should be there, and each and every set of people should have some accountability. Then only they will be taking charge of that particular diversities and all. Then you can easily evaluation and measuring should be there for each and every workforce. If it is not there, no problems will be coming. Evaluation and measuring is not there. Then essentials for managing workplace diversity. What is the need actually for managing workplace diversity? No, you can have very good team communication. Then you could have very good team building. Then time and quality work life you can get. So you can have very good quality work life if you're having a different set of people in one area. You can have very good quality work life, and then you should try to create right environment. Then fairness will be there. Then company policies and rules should be adopted according to the latest trends, what is happening in the market. Then what are all the strategies to maintain the cultural diversity? So you should have every time senior leadership commitment. You should have you should have gained the senior leadership commitment. Then engage employee in the process. You should engage every time employees in the process actually, and support local community or diversity groups. So you should every time you should not only support only the local or diversity local community people or diversity groups. You should not do that, and provide diversity training every time, not as a destination, but you should tell it is a part of a journey. So whenever you are giving training for adopting to the culture, you should keep on tell this is not the end, this is only a journey to the persons who are being given training. And you should have a open communication and dialogue should be there. It should be in proper manner. So open communication and dialogue. And then what are all the focus areas we should do? You should have you should create lots of awareness to the employees, and every time they should have only a positive attitude. They should not have any the negative impact in the workplace and all. Positive attitude you should keep on create about cultural diversity. Then you should give knowledge in that If any employee is being given training, no, they should be given knowledge in the workplace. So what set of people they're going to work for, and overall the employees will be as a colleague for you. Every time they should be giving knowledge and skills. They should have the employees should be given lots of skills, not only related to job, but related to workplace environment. They should be given lots of skills how to adopt with the team. So this is steps process. So identifying what the current culture is and how it can be improved. So if you're working in the organization, HR is planning to implement a new environment. So they should plan what is the current culture that is there in the organization and how it can be improved. And you should have an every time coordinative ongoing effort. You should implement like that only. It should not be totally different. It should be totally a coordinated ongoing effort. Then you should try to make for all the employees for personal commitment. Without that personal commitment, you cannot go for new cultural diversities and all. And then you should try to practice what it is being preached. So you should ask the employees that you should they to make them practice what is being given in the training place. So these are all the things it is there in the process. Without this, no, we cannot implement a new culture and all. And what are all the measures actually? It's only traditional measures. The employee attitude service, we'll skip the first one. It will not be applicable to here. It is there mentioned there itself. Employee attitude service. So that is the main thing I told. Every time the employee should be having only positive sets of attitude either towards the workplace or towards the work environment. We should have positive workplace and all. Then cultural audits. What is the present culture in the workplace going on? How we can change it in the future. Then which focus group of employees you are targeting. So mostly IT and ITES people only they'll be talking about these cultural diversities and all. Then customer surveys. So even customer surveys, no, based on their region, surveys will be done. So according to that also, the surveys will be totally different. How we are going to adopt that? Then management and employee evaluations. So how they're adopting to the current culture, and we can evaluate the management will be evaluating the employees, and the employees also will be self evaluation also can be done how you are adopting to the current situations in the cultural workplace, different cultural workplace. Then this one is modern. So demographic means age, gender, sex, everything you can talk about here. So demographic analysis. Then organizational culture, what type of organization culture at present we are following, and we can make it accountability for each and every employee. So if you are following this, you will be getting this. So accountability. Then you can talk about productivity and profitability. So people working in a different diversity, cultural diversity workplace means you can have lots of productivity and profitability you can there, and you can always create benchmark. So you can be like that company. So our company can go grow up to that top one companies. You can compare with that benchmarking. So like that and all, you can compare like that and all with a modern. So in traditional methods, we cannot do like this. And next one is what are all the benefits actually. So increased adaptability, then broader service range. So adaptability will be there for each and every sets of people, no, young age people, those who are joining in the age group of 21 to 30. So they'll be having a very good adaptability will be there. Then broader service range will be there. Then broader service range, you can have lots of different broader service range will be there in all the states if you tell. Then variety of viewpoints. So because of the different workplace, different cultural people are there. No, they'll be telling different views actually, or depending upon the culture itself. Then more effective execution as views will be also different means execution also will be more effective. Then if execution is done more effectively means always there will be better performance. Then improved staff well-being. So that is also there. Then lower risk of discrimination and harassment. So if you're giving proper training to the employees, know about cultural diversity and all, so you can have this lower risk of discrimination and harassment, and you can also have more creative and innovative thinking people will be having. If you are working with very good set of people, no, you can have this actually. If everybody is silent, whole team also will be silent. Like our 1 hour class, no, every time everybody will be silent. We should not be like that. So more taking you can have if interaction is there means healthy interaction. So you can have more. It will be more creative and innovative thinking and lots of morale, improved morale. So morale means here in one word you can tell it is improved motivation. Then global impact about the company it will be very good because of cultural diversity. Then community relationships it will be very good actually. So different sets of people, different set in Chennai. If you go to one company, all over from all over India and few places from across global, people will be working in one place. So you will have very good community relationships. Then you can have it will be creating a pool of talent. So lots of talents in one particular place. If you're having different cultural diversity and other benefits, you can talk about where you can talk about healthy relationships apart from community relationships. So diversity of people you will be meeting, everything you can talk in other benefits about. And then so caveats means uh, every time you should be aware of this diverse experience. You should be every time aware. You should be aware. So diverse experience. Then communication issues you will be facing every time because I told no because of the slang or pronunciation every time. Then integration issues every time this will be happening even in college level itself it will be their integration how they are mingling with each other. So after 3 months or 4 months if you are mingling with somebody okay, but in workplace if you're taking 3 months 4 months it will be a huge loss. So within 2 days they should be integration issues and all should be solved, and no growth for the business and the employee. So this is because of diversity. If you're saying only the persons with skill and talented person will be growing actually. Then people will not sometimes cultural resistance. They will not adopt to the new culture whatever it is being implemented in the organization. And sometimes discrimination also will be there in the organization because of cultural, because of the pronunciation or because of their living habits. You know, sometimes discrimination and all will be there. So we should be, company should be giving, they should be always very much careful in these areas and all, or else it will be becoming a very big issue in the workplace, and you cannot sort out the issue within time. So it will take some time if you are taking it for, if you are pulling it for long duration. So whatever the issue, you should try to solve it immediately. So every time caveat means you should be aware every time because of these issues. So I think with this, okay. one more slide is there. Increased costs, then workplace issues, then civic disengagement. So increased costs normally every time because of when you're going for adopting new cultural changes and all, there will be some cost and all. It will be costing high. Then civic disengagement every time splitting, so it will be very much difficult. Then workplace issues wherever you go, in all the organization you will be having workplace issues. Sometimes because of few people you will be having, they'll be creating negative image about the organization or about the workplace. Everything they'll be doing an increased hostility. Hostility will be there, and so that people will be talking about when you're talking about cultural diversities, no? So people will be talking every time about the problems in the workplace because only of these areas where you can talk about cultures every time wherever you go in workplace and all, we'll be talking about we'll be talking about the only. Oh, I think anybody else know the meaning of hostility means? Please check. Hostility means every time you'll be having trying to create some what is it, enemy like situation. You'll be creating that type of situation because of this cultural diversity. Sometimes you'll be facing some problems and all. So that is the major. You should be aware. That is the topic itself. Cavett means you should be having lots of awareness. These are all the things HR should take place because even though I put it in last point, increased hostility. No, because of this cultural behavior, sometimes there will be problems. Somebody else will be telling that harassing will be there or discrimination will be there. So because of this, no, situation will be workplace totally it will be spoiled, and they'll be looking each of the people will be looking as if they are enemies in the workplace. So it should not be there. So with this, I think we have completed the fourth unit. And next week we'll be completing the fifth unit. Thank you, students, for your patience, patient listening.